Good evening. For those of you who do not know me, I'm Dennis Hart, and I'm the president of the Alameda Police Department Retirees Association. I would like to welcome into the association 5 new members: Mike Abreu, Rod Rummel, Craig Rodrigue, Joe McNiff, and Lorenzo Graham. Tonight we're honoring Joe, Lorenzo, and Craig. And Mike Abreu will be subjected to one of my video presentations, so he opted out of the program. I want to welcome you to the association, and I got to tell you, retirement is good work if you could get it. No longer will you have to answer to Chief Paul Train-Loving Verleri.
Conductor says tickets please. Engineer controls the speed. Rolling down.
Your new boss is Betty T. Yee, State Controller. Betty doesn't care if you wake up in the morning. The first of every month, she's going to send you a nice big fat check. In fact, I call the first of every month Betty T. Yee Day. And at the end of the year, she will send you a written evaluation. It's called a 1099-R. The R stands for retirement. I have no idea what 1099 stands for. I hope you've enjoyed the 2 videos that you've seen today, the one on Lorenzo's career and the one following Craig Rodrigue up to the top of Half Dome in Yosemite on his motorcycle. This presentation is about Joe McNiff, and I apologize for the length, but I've spent the last 30 years following Joe around with a video camera and with a still camera taking pictures just to document this moment tonight. First thing I want to do is share with you a little paragraph from Joe's retirement memo that he wrote back in December. Joe said, on April 15th, 1985, the Alameda Police Department Chief of Police Robert Shields took a chance and hired me, a 22-year-old that never finished higher than number 30 on the police examination. Well, here's Joe's photograph when he got hired. Is there any wonder why he never finished any higher than 30 on a police examination? As the years went on, Joe's look did not get much better. Some people might look at those pictures and think, what was Bob Shields thinking when he hired Joe? Well, I'm here to tell you right now that Joe became one of the best cops, best sergeants, best lieutenant, and retired as one of the best captains that the Alameda Police Department has ever seen. So Bob Shields knew something back then that a lot of other chiefs didn't. Congratulations, Bob, and congratulations, Joe, on a well-deserved retirement. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize a special lady who is with us here in the audience tonight, and that would be Joe's mother, Eileen. Eileen, you've done a fantastic job of raising Joe, but I gotta tell you, I'm sure some of those days weren't really easy. I have absolutely no idea what it must have been like in the McNiff household when Joe was younger, or even when he was older. I have no idea, but I bet it was a little something like this.
Oh. Yeah. You hungry? Hey, Ma! Can we get some meatloaf?
Chaz, I think I'm okay. I had a bite right before I came over.
Look at her. Just living the dream. I love that. You know what? I will have some meatloaf. Let's have some meatloaf. You want some? Yes. I knew you'd come. Hey, Mom! The meatloaf! We want it now! The meatloaf! What is she doing? I never know what she's doing back there. Just Ma, the meatloaf!
Joe and Jerry Ernie were roommates, as we like to say, back in the day, first on Buena Vista Avenue, and then back at the infamous house on Mangrove, referred to as the Animal House, along with John Mangiman and Mike Noonan. Jerry couldn't make it here today because he lives, I think, somewhere up in Antarctica, so he couldn't get a flight down here, but he was nice enough to do a little video presentation for Joe.
Hey everybody, thanks for giving us a minute. Craig and Lorenzo, Mike, Rod, Joe, congratulations on your retirement. You went the distance. I'm sure your family and friends are very proud of you, and I'm sure you earned the respect of your community, so way to go. As many of you know, Joe and I have been friends since way back. We moved into an upscale apartment on Buena Vista Avenue shortly after Joe got hired. and it was there that I learned about Joe's meticulous housekeeping abilities. Well, we didn't stay at that upscale apartment long. We moved to the Animal House with 2 other guys, and it was certainly a luxury home. And Mike Noonan and John Management and I really appreciated Joe's effort at keeping us from drinking too much by drinking all of our beer. Well, of course, when you tried to talk to Joe about it, now picture this is a true story. When you tried to talk to Joe about drinking all your beer, he would literally stand in front of you and go until he saw your lips stop moving. And then he would start talking to you. Well, Joe, you kept us from drinking too much. Well, Joe and I, of course, also worked together out in the streets frequently. And knowing about Joe's listening ability, I learned to just follow his lead. Well, we stopped a guy one night about 2:15 in the morning, and he was somewhat intoxicated. And Joe starts giving him these field sobriety tests I've never seen before. And the first one was 20 jumping jacks. And this is no joke. This guy started doing his 20 jumping jacks. The guy was the most good-natured guy I've ever seen. And of course, Joe's has a great perspective of how people are going to act. So the guy does his jumping jacks. Well, then Joe has him put his hand on a parking meter, put his forehead on his hand, and he made the guy do circles around this parking meter as the newly appointed Sergeant Mark O'Connell come by. Unbelievable, right? Mark looked over at us and kind of shook his head and just kept on going. We never heard a word about it. Well, it was very clear that the staff thought that Joe had a lot to offer our department, but they needed to get him off the streets. So they promoted him. And he went through the ranks, and he's done a great job. He was a dedicated captain and lieutenant and sergeant. And Joe, honestly, from my heart, buddy, congratulations.
Hey Joe, first off I'd like to congratulate all the recent retirees and just to tell you that when you moved to Hercules we followed you, and then we moved to Concord and you followed us. I don't expect you to move up to Alaska, but I do hope you bring Lisa and come on up to visit us and enjoy your retirement. Love you guys.
Thanks, everybody.
I'd like to thank Jerry for the kind words, but I do take exception with what Jerry said about Joe drinking all the beer out of the refrigerator. Joe was instrumental in helping me one day with the drinking problem that I had. And like I said, I had a video camera following Joe around for 30 years, so I was able to catch that moment on video.
Come on, baby, I haven't even touched it. Cheers now, I'm gonna get this.
Now, if you want to sit back and enjoy the pictures and video I have of Joe's career, I guarantee you, you're not going to see him on a motorcycle, and you won't see him anywhere near Yosemite. Enjoy.
Comfortable with somebody speaking Spanish to you? How many beers have you had this evening? It's pronounced arrested. I am going to be placing you under arrest for suspicion of driving under the influence. You relax. California state law requires that you submit to a chemical test to determine the alcohol content of your blood. By law, you have choice whether the test to be of your blood, breath, or urine. The quickest and easiest test at this time would be.
Rob Platt here. You know, there's nothing but retirees down here in Florida, and we sit around and tell stories all day. And I've got to say, one of my favorite stories is telling everybody how I used to antagonize you when you had your DUI arrestees down at ECC. I'd come in and very calmly ask the people if they'd been read their rights by Officer Joe McNiff. Of course, at that point you hadn't, and usually they started crawling the walls when I said that, and you wouldn't get your blood test. Anyway, there's one thing I'm really grateful for, that I retired before you got promoted. Anyway, congratulations on a well-deserved retirement, and see you later, pal.
These are days you'll remember, when days rushing over you.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way.
It's better when we're together. It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together. Moments just might find their way into my dreams tonight, but I know that they'll be gone when the morning light sings or brings new things. For tomorrow night you see that they'll be gone.
I can remember when you fit in the palm of my hand. You felt so good in it, no bigger than a minute. How it amazes me, you're changing with every blink. Faster than a flower blooms, they grow up all too soon. So let them be little, 'cause they're only that way for a while. Give them hope, give them praise, give them love every day. Let them cry, let them giggle, let them sleep in the middle. Oh, but let them be little. I never felt so much in one little tender touch. I live for those kisses, your prayers and your wishes. And now you're teaching me how only a child can see. Tonight while we're on our knees, all I ask is please let them be little, 'cause they're only that way for let them giggle, let them sleep in the middle. Oh, but let them be little. So innocent, precious soul, you turn around and it's time to let them go. So let them be little, 'cause they're only that way for a while. Give them hope, give them praise, give them love every day. Let them cry, let them giggle, let them sleep in the middle. Oh, but let them be little. Let them